Thanks for tuning in to a very special episode of Grease's Garage. 2023 is officially done, and I am 1 month shy of a full year right here on YouTube. So today, I thought I would do something that I never really do here on the channel, and that's talk about myself outside of the bikes, what 2023 was like for me doing this YouTube thing, and what my plans are for 2024. I'm Grease, you're watching Grease's Garage, and I'm going to help you. Wait a minute. Yeah, but this one's not really about skipping the struggle. Now, there is no other slogan. So I'm going to help you recap the struggle. Today's video is going to be a lot more informal than my usual videos. There's no how-to, there's no full breakdowns or anything like that. I'm just going to talk to you about 4 things in particular. The first, I'm going to talk about why I started this channel. Then we're going to get into 2023. What did I promise you when I started the channel and what actually happened in 2023? After that, we're going to talk about some of the metrics. What did the channel do? This section, I'm really proud of some of the progress that I've made on YouTube this year. So we'll get into all of that. And then we'll wrap up the video with what are my plans for 2024? Am I still going to be here doing YouTube in 2024? Got to stick around to the end to find out. So let's start this right at the beginning. Why did I start this channel? The goal was to help 1,000 riders get their builds over the finish line and to skip the struggle in the process. Now, I know that sounds like a cool slogan that I wrote way back when, and it is, but at the same time, that really was what I set out to do when I decided I was going to jump onto YouTube. My goal was never to be the star of the channel. My goal was to just make videos to help you fix your bike. My videos aren't really about me. They're just using the bike that I happen to have to teach people who have a similar bike, or if the information is generic enough, to show you how to do it on your bike. But in the end, the ultimate goal of the channel was always about you solving a problem. I did say that I wanted to help 1,000 riders get their builds over the finish line, and you'll probably hear me in a lot of my videos say, if you are one of those 1,000, please shoot me a message. And I am happy to report that after 1 year on YouTube, I have gotten 46 messages from you guys saying that you either finished your build because of the videos or you solved a particular problem on your bike that you were stuck on because of the information in one of the videos. So I am so stoked to hear that. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of time and energy and filming know-how to make these videos. So when I get one of those messages saying, dude, I finally got my bike running, thank you for making this video, it really does make it all worth it. And again, that's what the channel was started for. And I'm just one guy. I'm not an expert. I have one motorcycle. It's not like I got a fleet of stuff and a bunch of people working for me. So I do my best to bring these videos to you and make them as helpful as I can. So hopefully you get that vibe when you click on a Grease's Garage video and you know that it's going to help you get something done. So let's get into the recap of 2023. I posted my very first video on this channel on February 11th of 2023. And in that video, I promised you 3 different things. I promised you how-to videos. I think we've done a bunch of how-to videos. I promised you ride-along videos, an opportunity to come along with us as we ride through the summer and enjoy the chopper culture here in the Northeast. And I definitely got a bunch of those videos filmed. The other thing I promised you was fabrication tutorials. Now, I put these videos in this particular order as I'm telling them to you now, because I think on the tail end of that was the fabrication tutorials. I did a couple of them, and if that's something you want to see more of, I definitely would love to hear from you. From my end of things, it seems like those videos tend to be the least watched, so maybe those just aren't a big deal for you. Maybe you guys aren't looking to see those kind of videos on the channel. If that's the case, feel free to let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Again, at the end of the day, I want to make the videos that you want to watch. So the way I've structured it is mainly how-tos, lots of ride-alongs, and some fabrication tutorials. So I've given you all 3 of the types of videos that I promised. And now my question for you, which you can answer down below in the comments, is what do you think of that breakdown? What do you think about the majority of videos being how-tos versus ride-alongs versus fab tutorials? Is there another kind of video that you'd love for me to make that I haven't made yet? If so, please leave it down in the comments below. Continuing with our 2023 recap, as far as total videos, in the 11 months that the channel's been running, I have put out 40 videos. And I am very proud to say I've put out that many, because if you knew how long it took me to make one video back when I started, and even to some extent still now, it is mind-blowing to me that 40 of these things have gotten done. It takes way more time, energy, effort, and planning to do these videos than I ever realized going in. Speaking of planning, every single video that I've made has come out of this book right here. Every video gets an outline, it gets planned out, it gets a quasi script drawn up for it. And the reason for that is because I value your time. If I was in your situation, I would want the person making the video to get to the point. No rambling about what you did that day or about what the weather's been like or how you were sick last week. If you notice, you never see that in my videos, because I want you to be able to just click it, learn what you need to learn, and get on with your life. Another thing that I did in 2023 that I am super proud of, and that seems like has been helping a ton of people along the way, is a build sheet PDF guide. I put the link to this in the description down below. If you haven't seen this yet, click the link down in the description, punch in your email, and it will automatically, I finally got this automated. I used to do this manually. I had to send these emails to each person manually, and it got insane. Thankfully, it's automated now. The PDF guide will come right to your email, and it is a full-on sheet that will show you all the steps involved in your first chopper build, so that you don't get stuck along the way and not know what comes next. Now we're ready to talk about some of the metrics. How did the channel perform in 2023? I am very proud to say that in these 11 months, I've had 442,000 people, as of the day of making this video, click on my videos looking to see what was inside. I'm super stoked that the videos are getting out there. I love that people are finding the channel. It seems like every week there's a new person who's like, the algorithm just dropped your channel into my feed. I had no idea this was even here. So that's still happening, which makes me really excited, because it makes me feel like there's a ton of people who are still in need of these videos that haven't even found them yet. So let's hope those people find their way to it. As far as total watch time, the channel has racked up 33,000 hours of watch time, which is just mind-blowing to me, because in the beginning, when you get started on YouTube, you're always looking at the YouTube, they call it the partner program. Their guidelines is you need 4,000 watch hours. And I remember in the beginning, I was like, how in the world am I ever going to get 4,000 hours of watch time on my videos? And to see this after 11 months is just wild. I really, again, can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys sharing the videos, sharing the channel, posting them different places, tagging me on Instagram. It's been amazing. So thank you for all the support. That is why those views and those hour counts are just so high. And as far as subscribers, this changes pretty much every day, mostly up, sometimes down, depending on if I made a joke about Sportsters in a video or not. And we are now at 6,250 subscribers. And really, it's all thanks to you guys. The channel doesn't grow if you don't like the videos you're seeing on the channel. So I appreciate the fact that you guys are sharing them out there and helping me to reach more and more people, to get closer and closer to that 1,000 riders over the finish line. Because at the end of the day, the metrics are cool, but the goal is still the goal. And that is 1,000 riders complete their builds and say, this video right here is what helped me to do it. As far as top videos for the channel, I always thought this was an interesting thing to share. The #1 video on the channel, and it's not even close, over 100,000 views, is the foot clutch jockey shift no front brake tutorial. I touted that for a long time as the only video on the internet that will teach you how to ride a foot clutch jockey shift. There's other videos on the internet where people are riding them, but they're not teaching you how to do it if you wanted to try it out. And I still think, as of making this video, I think that is still the only video on the internet that'll teach you how to ride a foot clutch jockey shift. Now, I do have to say one thing about this video being so popular. It's a little funny to me because the internet hates the no front brake thing, and the internet hates the jockey shift thing. And if you go to the comment section on that video, there are a lot of people who say this is the stupidest setup. Why would you ever run this setup? You're gonna crash and die with no front brake. You're gonna go shooting out into traffic if your foot slips off the clutch pedal. All the common nonsense you hear, but in the end, it made the video the most popular video on the channel. Not that the goal of the video was to be controversial, but it just, in thinking back, I guess it's no surprise that that video took off leaps and bounds over all the other videos. Let's talk about some of the runners up. Right behind that jockey shift video, and a far ways behind it, I think it was like 25,000 views, was this Super E 101 video. So I made 2 videos about the Super E. This was the first one that I made. It was way back at the start of the channel, just showing you where the jets are, how to take the float bowl off, all the basics and what's what on the Super E carburetor. Could be, on one hand, that it's because it's the greatest carb on the planet, or as other people have put it, it's because everyone's is broken and they need a video showing them how to fix it. Which one it is, I'll leave it up to you. I'm just happy that people are coming to me to watch that video because it is a great way to learn that carb if you've never worked on one before. After the Super E video is the Kickstart 101 video. This is one that I am actually a little surprised at because I almost didn't make this video. I thought, you know, people know how to kickstart their own bikes. Do they really need a video from me on the topic? But I remember what sold me on it was when I first got a kickstart motorcycle, people kept saying, you just have to make sure you're on the right stroke. But nobody, and I mean nobody, explains to you how you figure that out or what the heck that even means. And if you've never kicked a bike over before, you don't know how to find the right stroke. And that's the reason I made that video. All the other steps are important, yes, but mainly it was that there needed to be some guide for people who have never done it before about how to actually make sure you're on the right stroke and then do all the other things in sequence to make sure your bike starts. There is one thing I learned from that video that was absolutely mind-blowing. We all know in the chopper culture there's snobbery of, you know, this thing and that thing, and people prefer this setup over that setup. I did not realize that there is a whole subset of people who look down on people who kick their bikes while they're standing alongside the bike. I guess there's a large group of people who just need for you to straddle the bike while you kick it. And if you don't, they get really bothered by that. I never knew it existed, but these are the things you find out when you have a YouTube channel, that people just can't handle kicking it from the side. It's always worked for me. I never really saw the reason to stand in the middle of the bike, but if you are one of those people, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, and hopefully we can all live together harmoniously in this chopper culture. The last video I'm going to share, this is sort of a top 4, I guess, is what it turned out to be. And the reason I'm sharing it is because it was the points conversion video. It was the second, I believe, the second video that I ever made. I filmed it with my cell phone, and it was a hit. Still over 20,000 views on this video. And the reason I'm so excited, not only to tell you that that was one of the top 4 videos, but also just to tell you that points are still alive and well. This is another one that really, there's a lot of people that hate the video. They're so angry because they want people to just go to electronic ignitions. But some of us are just refusing to get with the times. We love the points. We like it to be simple. And the fact that the video has so many views is a reminder that that setup still exists today in full force. And a lot of people are looking to take their Evos back to points. And then a lot of shovelhead guys who have electronic ignitions in there that just aren't working for them for one reason or another, they want to go back to points. A lot of people want to go back to points. So I'm really happy to see that that video is still gaining steam and that people are still trying to run that setup. The next thing that I thought would be cool to share as far as the metrics is just the demographics. Who's watching the videos? It's actually pretty amazing how much you can see on YouTube as a creator. They give you access to quite a bit of information. So as far as the age groups, what would you think? Before I tell you, take a guess in your head of whether it's more older people watching my videos or more younger people watching the videos. I will take you through the list. YouTube breaks it down into a couple age ranges, and this one it's not at all what I expected. I expected this to be the highest category. This is 18 to 24-year-olds. As a percentage of my audience, 5%. if you see me looking off screen here, this is, remember I told you I'd plan everything out? That's this week's video plan. So 18 to 24 is 5% of my audience. It is the smallest subsection of my entire audience, and I thought it would be the highest of all of them because that's about the age I was when I got into choppers. So younger people, not watching Grease's Garage. Next subsection is 25 to 34-year-olds. And this is 19%, so a much bigger chunk. This is so I'm 33. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on the channel. 33 years old, so this is my demographic here. 25 to 34, 19% of the viewers. Next up, we got 35 to 44. That age group is also 19% of the Grease's Garage audience. Next up, we got 45 to 54. This is 20% of my audience. So thus far, the biggest section of people who watch Grease's Garage are 45 to 54. This is also interesting to me because I probably learned more stuff about how to work on bikes from people who are 45 to 54 than most other age ranges, if not older than that. So I don't know if they're just watching my videos in solidarity or if they're actually learning something. I hope you're actually learning something, but who knows. Next up, we got 55 to 64. Drum roll. 22% of the audience. This is the biggest section of people who watch Grease's Garage. The highest percentage is 55 to 64. So the older you are, the more likely you are to watch Grease's Garage. Now, maybe this is because I go to bed at 8:30 and get up at like 4 a.m. and they can just tell. They watch the videos and they're like, yep, that guy's doing the same thing I'm doing and I know it, so subscribe. I don't know what it is, but I'm happy you're watching. I hope I'm helping you solve some problems with your bikes. And then last but not least, we got 65 and above. That is 15% of my audience. So that's how it all breaks down as far as who is watching Grease's Garage. As far as male and female, it even breaks that down on YouTube, and this one would be no surprise. 98% male, 2% female. So what's 2% of 6,000? Because it's too hard to do it the other way. I don't know why I make myself do math live on camera. I think it's 120. If I did that math wrong, you can just roast me in the comments. I don't have time to edit it. I'm just going to leave it in. So it's around 120 girls building bikes, maybe learning something from Grease's Garage, or maybe not. So now let's talk about some of the goals for the channel in 2024. Will I still be doing this in 2024? The answer is yes. But there are some things that I feel like I need to work on now that I've got the basic mechanics of how to make a video down, and now I want to start to make different types of videos. The first problem that I need to solve in 2024 is how to show people how to do things on bikes that I don't own. As many of you who watch the channel are probably all too annoyed with, I have one bike, and it is an Evo Big Twin. So if you are an Evo Big Twin owner, you probably love the channel. But if you own a metric bike, or if you own a Sportster, or some other type of bike, I'm sure that it would be better for you if I was making videos specific to those bikes. So what would this look like in practice? It would probably be either me partnering with a shop, or reaching out to other YouTubers maybe and partnering with them to make some videos in conjunction so that I can show these Sportster guys how to wire their starters. I'm just kidding. But I do get a lot of requests for that video, a lot of requests for Sportsters in general. I really need to partner with somebody that's got a sporty to film some content because it seems like there's a ton of people out there looking for that sporty stuff and I just don't have a sporty to film it with. So that's a goal for 2024. Another goal for 2024 is to do an in-person meetup with you guys who are watching the channel. Obviously, I'm up here in New Hampshire. If you are watching this and you also live in New Hampshire, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe when the weather gets warmer, we can do a group ride or do something like that. I just want to find a way for us all to be in the same place. And if you are new, especially if you are new to the chopper game, there is a great chopper culture here in the Northeast. So please reach out. It's very easy to get tied in with the rest of the people who are interested in this type of stuff, and it is all around you. So if you haven't found it yet, reach out to me, and I want to try to help facilitate that and get everybody in the same room. Next up, I would like to get into live streaming. I this close. I was this close to live streaming this video that I'm doing right now, just doing it in person as a live stream type deal instead of making it a standalone video, but I'm just not familiar with how live stream works on YouTube yet. So a goal for 2024 is to get deeper into the live stream game. I know Frank and Mike over at Pedro and Betty's Big Revival. If you're not following them on Instagram, I will put the link to their handle down here. Give them a follow, and they are now on YouTube. So make sure you follow them on YouTube as well. These guys kill it with the live streams. They do them every Friday. I think it's such a cool idea, and I think they're doing awesome at it. People love that, like, come together and hang out, even if it's virtually. So that is something that I want to figure out how to do and start doing in 2024. The next goal for 2024, if you're not aware yet, I have a Facebook group called Grease's Garage. Have you heard of it? Go over to Facebook, punch in Grease's Garage, and join that Facebook group, because what this is a forum essentially for all of us chopper guys to help each other with whatever's going on. Specifically, you Sportster guys. There are a ton of Sportster guys in this Facebook group, and they all talk to each other. If someone's having an issue with their bike, I know right off the top of my head, shout out to Davey Sprocket. I actually partnered with Davey on a video, that wiring video, the part 2 video showing you how to wire the starter motor into, and I used his Evo Sportster with footage that he filmed for me. So that Facebook group, he's in there. He does a great job. Ton of people in there who just kill it with responding to people's questions. It's just like the old forums used to be before they all seem to have gone dead. And I'm trying to bring that back so that you've got a place to talk with other builders. So go join that Facebook group. And if you have questions, that is the place to ask other builders. Another plan I've got for 2024, and this might take place right after this video, is I want to take a short break to bank up some content. The week-to-week video situation, I am not very fast when it comes to editing, uploading, doing all the tags. It takes me a long time, several days to really complete a video from start to finish. So what I would like to do is take a couple weeks to bank up a bunch of content and then start with the weekly rollout again. So if you see a couple dark weeks in there as the year kicks off, that's what's going on. I haven't left YouTube, I promise you. I just need to get a couple stored up so that I can continue that week to week, even as this cold weather rolls in. Remember, I'm up here in New Hampshire, so now I can't ride for the next couple of weeks. So there'll be a lot of the how-tos, a lot of the fabrication stuff will be coming back out now that we can no longer get distracted by taking the bike out instead of working on it. And last but not least, my biggest goal for 2024 and the biggest barrier between me getting a video to you, I need to hire an editor. If you are an editor, or you know someone who is an editor who wants to work for Grease's Garage, I am in the market. I need somebody who can make a better video than me, which shouldn't be that hard because I'm not an editor at all. This is going to be the year where I take the editing and I pass that to someone else so that I can focus on planning the content and filming the actual videos. So if that is you, or if that is someone you know, please reach out, greasesgarage@gmail.com. Shoot me some samples of your work so that I can see your editing style and we can work together to make some high quality videos in 2024. So guys, that wraps up this 2023 review and my plans for 2024. I want to end this video just by saying thank you. Thank you for watching, for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, and for telling people you know about Grease's Garage. This has been an awesome year. I never thought that it would grow as quickly as it has, and I know it's all relative, so I never compare myself to other people who are doing it, but as far as what I thought would happen in a year and what actually happened, I am blown away. I'm beyond thankful that you guys have supported the channel in so many different ways. So thank you for a great 2023, and I'm looking forward to bringing you a great 2024.